Hello, welcome back to Inaudible, the podcast that's impossible to join.
Well, half the time, yeah.
Yeah. We struggle.
50% of your
Yeah.
what were we?
Yuri
What would we
Geller?
be? Yuri, like we're not viewers.
We're co-pilots.
What's the opposite of viewers?
Showers.
Showers. At least 50% of your showers will be here every time. Most of the time.
Yes. Yeah, 50% of the time they're here every time.
That's it.
They are. They're not us. They're some other people. We're just watching the podcast for them. Looking after it. I mean,
we've been filling in since episode 1.
Yes.
Still not here.
Actually, no.
I think they might have just been lying to us about hosting the podcast. They're like, yeah, sure, we'll do your little silly podcast. Then they forgot about it, and we've just been stuck here filling in for the past 500, however long, like 250, 300.
I don't think you were in the first episode, but
no.
You were like
I was there
Poochie.
Spiritually. Poochie, yeah,
or Roy.
Well, it's like the opposite though, isn't it? Because I'm the one that came in late, but then stayed on past the actual co-pilot.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So you're who are you? Oh,
you wouldn't like oh shit. No, I can't say because Alex might listen to the podcast, and it'll be a spoiler for Angel.
Oh, okay. Right. So it is Frid's Day, Friddy, the third
day
of
Frid.
Oh, I don't have a little name for February. Not like Octopus
Frid.
Novelty,
Freb.
Decamus.
Frid's Day, the Frid of Freb.
Freb, yeah.
2023.
The truth shall make ye Freb.
2023.
Yeah. But this morning, when I woke up, I was absolutely certain it was Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Which is quite nice when you feel like you skipped a day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was weird. It was a new one for me because I think most people have this where you kind of it feels like a different day sometimes. Oh, it feels like a Thursday. Feels like a Tuesday.
90% of my life.
Yeah.
What day is it today?
Yeah. But this morning I woke up and I thought, because yesterday, Thursday, there was a council by-election in Bristol that the Greens were quite heavily invested in, because if they won it, they'd become the largest party on the council. So I woke up this morning and I thought, I'll just send a message in the group chat, just say good luck for today, everyone. Hope you smash it. And I opened up WhatsApp and there were messages saying, great news to wake up to this morning. I was like, what? Oh, it's Friday. It was yesterday that happened. I just completely skipped a day. It was quite strange. And then even like at work, we have our team calls on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And when it got near the time that we normally have the call, I was like, right, I better get a cup of tea before the call then. And I had to remind myself again, no, Christian, it's not Thursday. Why do you think it's Thursday? But it's great to get to the end of Thursday and the week's over.
Yeah. No, I've skipped days before, but it's not normally because I'm sober.
Well, yeah, that's a bit different, isn't it?
I was joking, but yeah, I do legitimately just think, oh wait, shit, yeah, it's Friday. But then I get the opposite where it's like, oh, it's Friday. Oh no, wait, it's fucking Thursday.
Oh, that's there's a few things worse in life. Or if you think it's Saturday night and it's Sunday night, like fuck, it's work tomorrow. Yeah. But conversely, sometimes a Saturday feels like a Sunday, and that's brilliant. Like, I wonder if it all evens out by the end of your life.
That's what the feeling is you're trying to make up for the days that'll eventually come, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Your body clock sort of pre-anticipating.
Yeah. It's like there's all like things in fantasy where like you've got to have balance and everything. It's like you can cast magic, but you've got to get the power from somewhere. Yeah. That's what it's like. You can skip a day, but you got to have another day twice.
Or it's like where you can bring someone back from the dead, but you will lose someone at the same time. Sort of.
Is it someone I know? No, it's just okay, do it then.
Yeah, but that's what the question would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Legitimately.
How many children does this stranger have? Like, how many are they just someone with no friends or living family? Just yeah.
Can I have a bit of a backstory?
Yeah.
Do I get to choose?
Oh yeah, you could pick like
there,
Putin
like-
or something.
Yeah.
The villain du jour, Vladimir Putin.
But what if it was like you do get
Canadian.
to choose, but it can't be anyone who's sort of relevant to history, as it were.
Yeah. Oh,
Like-
yeah. 'Cause it'd be like
Famous people, dictators, leaders, presidents, prime ministers, etc., etc.
you can bring back. The first person I thought of was John Lennon for some reason, but you have to personally cut the jugular of this homeless person in order to bring it. I don't like John Lennon that much. I don't like him at all. I don't know. It's the first thing I thought of. I watched a film recently where a guy wakes up in a universe where the Beatles never existed, and so John Lennon's still alive, but he's not. He's not like a musician.
yeah.
That was why he was the first person I thought of.
Okay. Okay. No. Okay. Fair enough. I didn't know if that was going somewhere with that film anecdote, but that's just the reason you thought of the name.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yep. It's weird because I watched it about 4 weeks ago maybe, but you know,
It's okay.
maybe 5. Wow.
Repressed memory.
Yeah. Repressed like a vinyl that's been re-released.
Much as to what John Lennon's music might have been released on.
Oh yes, the music of Lennity John.
Oh, is that like his American counterpart?
Lennity John.
Lennity John,
like Buck,
the Old West.
Buck Lennity.
Yeah.
I'm sure I made a note of something I wanted to talk about.
Your mum. Sorry.
Do you know what? Actually, I hinted at this.
We
I don't know
already had a podcast about you.
Did I mention it on the podcast? I can't remember. I tried to like not mention it to like because I didn't know
around it. I can't remember if you actually.
Well, if I'm I deliberately didn't mention it, and then we spoke about it so much and clarified so many things that it was incredibly obvious what it was.
Yeah,
one of us more than the other, I must say. But I don't think it was mentioned on the podcast.
You could have easily turned around and just said no. You could have lied.
Yeah, my mum got married. So that's nice. To a person. They're at the end of that story.
Yeah. You don't need to know that.
It's so like my mum to only get married for practical reasons. It's exactly what it was. It's just because they want to start a business, and with her being a foreigner in Thailand, she'll get nothing if anything happens to him. So yeah.
Fuck love. We're all about the business.
Yeah. It's just like a tax scheme or something.
Yeah.
But it does mean that she can. The rules are quite
take everything he owns. Sorry.
Yeah. She was asking me if I knew anything about ricin the other day. I don't know what she's planning to do, but anyway, I'll worry about that later. No, they're kind of a lot of the things in Thailand are quite kind of antiquated, like old-fashioned, compared to what we know.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you're a foreign man who marries a Thai woman, it doesn't give you any sort of leg up for citizenship or anything, and you're expected to like bear the brunt of more tax wise and stuff like that. If you're a foreign woman who marries a Thai man, it's much easier to apply for citizenship because he kind of gets you then, if you see what I mean. That's kind of the way around, isn't it?
Without making it sound bad. Yeah.
But there are a lot of it's lovely.
He's kind of the man of the house, as it were.
Yeah, and that's very much kind of their attitude to things. But like as lovely a place as Thailand is full of lovely people, there are a lot of things that are just so old fashioned that it makes you kind of go, my God.
Even every country has got its downsides. I mean, as much as I bang on about how much I love Japan and stuff, I know it's definitely got a lot of flaws there.
Yeah.
Things that people in our part of the world are kind of like, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, there we are. So that was that. But what I just watched, I sliced my bread the other day, right? So ready to put in the toaster. I was making some hot bread.
Oh, legitimately sliced bread. This wasn't like a phrase to mean something else.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. I got my credit
sliced
card
my
out
bread the other day
and cut up my white dusty bread.
I didn't know if like sliced my bread was like a phrase like grind my
It's like,
gears, but
yeah,
like
that really slices my bread. It's
yeah,
something. It's something that's neither good nor bad. It just exists.
yeah,
Um, yeah. So sometimes you get with a loaf that's not pre-sliced, you sometimes get, and even some sliced ones, you get like some slices where the middle's like a bit thin. There's like an air bubble or something, and it loses its integrity and like falls into a couple of pieces.
yeah,
And I was like, oh no, that's not gonna go well in the toaster. But the way it had broken was that I could just rest the bit that had broken off on top of the rest of the bread and pinch it in place. So I did that, and I thought, I'll still be able to take it all out easily. Not like nothing's going to fall into the bottom of the toaster. So I did that, heated up my bread.
It pops out and sends the bit flying.
I went to take the bit out, and it had fused back to the rest of the bread. It had returned to its people.
Much better.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I've created life.
At least the power of healing.
Yeah.
Regeneration, yeah.
Yeah, regeneration.
But
I
didn't know if it was going to go where like the toaster pops up, and then because it's the smaller piece on top, it's too small to stay pinched between, and it just gets flung across the room or something.
Yeah. Into my mouth.
Your story was much better.
Or it like falls out into the bottom, and then I have to dig it out with a knife and electrocute myself. Oh, jeez. A couple of weeks ago, actually, genuinely, I had a bit of the toast fell off as I took it out. I didn't realize that it was weak. And I was literally there with the toaster upside down for about 10 minutes, just shaking it, moving the thing up, and they're like, can't get out of the toast. Because it was like stuck below the bit that the toast sits on. Nightmare.
Yeah.
There's got to be short of taking the thing apart. I don't think there's
about to say screwdriver.
Yeah, there's not really a way to get the stuff out, is there? Anyway.
No.
But yeah, so
some toasters have like a tray you can slide.
It's got a tray, but the thing is, the bit that fell off was too big to come out on the tray. Yeah. Yeah. So I had my refused toast, buttered it, put my slices of cheese on it, and then sat down, went to pick up the slice of bread that had refused, and then it was like a hinge. One side of it just hinged 90 degrees, and all the cheese fell off. I was like, I didn't heal it as well as I thought. But it was nice while it lasted.
I guess, yeah, the process of toasting it hardened it together, but then adding the cheese gave it a bit of moisture, which allowed the hinge to soften. If you get what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't Philadelphia. It was solid cheese.
Yeah, but still, cheese, butter, whatever you've put on it.
Oh yeah, no, the butter would have done it actually. Yeah.
Cheese starts to melt as you put it on. It seeps into it, absorbs into it, etc.
I was just imagining, like, there's an American sat at home thinking, "Boy, howdy, yeah, I'm gonna make me some of that cheese on toast." And they get the cheese. They get like a block of butter, a knob of butter, as it's called, and they just put that on top of the toast. Because it's one of those things that you can imagine. It's one of those simple things that like. So there are some, I can't think of any examples now off the top of my head, but there are some things that we think of as really commonplace that they just don't have in America. Like,
kettles.
Yes, yeah, kettles. Roast dinner is a good one. People are always blown away by roast dinners. And there was this person online once on a cooking forum.
2 taps in the bathroom.
Yeah. There was a person online on a cooking forum once who thought like, oh, I'm going to make this Yorkshire pudding that they have with their roast chicken, their roast turkey. And they made it like...
To get out the flour, the dough... Gonna get some custard on our pudding.
Yeah. Well, they made like because Yorkshire pudding, if you don't know, is like you make a batter mix. You basically just put it in the oven and it rises. That's almost it, basically.
There's a bowl of batter, basically.
A bowl, yeah.
You make a bowl shape out of batter, and it.
But what they'd done, they kind of didn't fully understand the instructions that they followed, and so they basically like put it all around the chicken and cooked the chicken in it. So they thought a Yorkshire pudding was like a whole chicken batter bake.
Battered chicken, basically, yeah.
Yeah. And they were like talking about, oh, it's a bit of a strange taste, but it was quite nice. And everyone was like, That's not what you completely misunderstood. And they didn't appreciate at all that this was not what it was meant to be. They just thought everyone was saying like, like people do
Everyone
on
was
the
being
internet,
haters.
you've cooked it slightly wrong, that sort of thing. Like people were trying to explain, no, you don't understand. This is absolutely not what Yorkshire pudding is. We're not just being pedantic.
Did they not like Google what to do first?
Oh, apparently not.
What?
The
Okay.
that long tangent, loop back around to where I was before.
Oh.
They put the knob of butter on the cheese, on the toast, sorry, and then they get squirty bright orange American cheese from the fridge.
Oh yeah.
Like that. American cheese on toast.
Just layer it on top of that. Yeah.
Like when you see the breakfast pancakes with like the strawberries and then like the syrup and the whipped cream and everything.
Yeah, but it's just a single piece of toast.
Yeah.
With just like literally a whole, what are they, container, a tub of butter,
Yeah.
just placed on top.
Yes, fully sealed.
No, it's not, but yeah.
This
tub's worth of butter on top. It's covered in cheese.
It's cheese on toast. I mean, it was all right. It was tasty enough, I guess, but it was very plasticky. Speaking of that's something that is they do so right is sweet breakfasts.
Pancakes. Okay.
Holy crap! Just the layer of pancakes with all goodness on it. I am a big fan of that. Gotta be honest.
Gooey goodness. Okay, was never really a big pancake fan, to be fair.
Oh, not a fan of battering.
I don't know, because like I like Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah, man. I suppose, yeah. Is the only difference the way they're cooked?
I don't know. There was just
No,
there's always something like. I guess Yorkshire puddings are crispy, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas pancakes are sort of quite soft and
they go almost a bit sort of gooey and stringy, don't they? Yorkshire puddings, like in a good way.
Yeah.
On the
But
inside.
just whatever. I've never been a fan of pancakes. The only time I do like them is if they've got some kind of chocolate on top, rather than generic pancake toppings.
Yeah.
It's like a decent helping of chocolate spread or something that like overrides the taste of the pancake. Yeah. I tend to be alright with it.
No one's. Is there anyone out there? Leave us a comment. Does anyone like plain pancakes?
Oh,
I can't imagine there's be many people. Most people have like I normally put sugar on.
Yeah, but even then I wouldn't like that.
It's kind of like how I'm such a big shortbread fan. It's kind of similar in that it's just like a savoury thing with a sweet thing slightly sprinkled on top. That's kind of.
Yeah, but shortbread's nice.
Yeah, true. No, yeah, that's the other thing as well. When you say pancakes, do you mean like the classic UK pancakes we have here, where it's like a big, wide, thin circle? Or
yeah.
Do you have the same opinion about the thicker breakfast, more American style pancakes?
I don't know if I've ever tried a thicker American style
See,
pancake.
they are far, far nicer.
They are different, are they?
Yeah, they're fluffy. They're really nice. I mean,
I just kind of assumed it'd be the same taste, but thicker with more of it.
I don't know. I don't know if they're made like the mixture's the same, but you just cook it thicker and smaller, or if the mixture's different. I don't know. I've never tried.
Oh, okay, yeah. And likewise, I've never tried the American side.
Oh, I've never tried the American side. The new series starting Thursday nights on ITVX.
It'd be like a documentary series where like we travel around America and get up to hijinks and stuff.
Yeah, like Borat.
Try out, yeah. Well, it's like, can you remember there was like on CBBC there was like a show where was it Kirsten O'Brien, and Reggie Yates?
Yes,
went to is like something USA or
I know exactly. I remember it, but I
Road Trip USA or some bollocks like that.
Reggie Yates.
It'd just basically be that, and we just go to like different parts and just see the sights and do all the touristy shit there, but record it.
Was it Only in America with Reggie Yates?
Only in America,
and
maybe.
Fern Cotton.
Oh, Fern Cotton. Oh,
I don't remember.
That might.
Oh, I don't remember Fern Cotton.
Which one's Fern Cotton? See.
She was a radio presenter. I don't know if she's still on there, in fact. It might not be the same one though. Maybe he might have done more than one thing in the USA. No, the 2005. Yeah, that looks like it might be it.
Sounds like the right.
I always remember like one bit from an episode where they went to a tree where people throw their trainers on it. And like, you know, hindsight probably completely scripted, but as a kid you don't realize that, where she like takes these expensive pair of trainers he's just bought and throws them onto the tree because that's what you're meant to do. He's like, because I remember as a kid I was like, that's really really bad actually, they were expensive and he really liked them, why would you do that to something that someone really likes?
I can't actually remember anything from it. I just kind of remember they drove about in a car.
Yeah,
I can't remember if it was a yellow car or a red car, but yeah, I
yeah,
just
that's
vaguely
right.
remember
Yeah, I remember that.
the outline of it.
Reggie Yates more recently has done a series on BBC Three called Reggie Yates Race Riots USA.
Oh, okay.
Slightly heavier subject matter.
I keep forgetting BBC Three's back.
Yeah, it theoretically never went away. It was just online, which meant that no one watched any of it. They've stuck it back on, but like before they sacked it off to begin with, the most watched thing on there was Family Guy.
Yeah,
they never made anything that anyone wanted to watch. Yeah, and I don't see how it's any different now.
They hadn't since like the early 2000s.
No,
it was really big. Say like
Little Britain,
when it started until about like 2010ish, because you used to get a lot of like sketch shows and sitcoms and stuff on there. You'd get all the spin-offs to like Doctor Who on there and shit.
That's right, yeah. They're now getting rid of BBC Four instead. They bought BBC Three back, and they're going to put BBC Four online only, which is a far worse thing to do because BBC Four is got the demographic is older, so like they're not going to be able to find it online.
Yeah,
it seems
that would probably truly die. Yeah,
it seems a bit unfair. I think surely that's the stuff you want to keep on traditional media.
Considering the only people who actually use traditional media are the people who watch BBC Four.
Yeah, exactly. Because I did think, oh no, that's normally where the snooker goes when they kick it off BBC Two. But then I thought, I know, but it's just all on the iPlayer, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're
2 pints, that was another BBC
68, you probably don't.
Sorry.
What was that? Sorry.
2 pints. That was.
Oh yeah, it was.
That kept it going for a while.
Yeah.
I think as soon as 2 pints stopped, that's kind of when BBC Three started to die because it ran out of other shows.
Yeah. I think there's been some sketch shows on there that I don't know what it's called because I'm not down with the kids these days. But I think there's been at least one good sketch show that's on there that's like about some urban youths.
Oh, the youths.
Yeah.
The youths now they're black.
Yeah, that their youth club.
That their youth club, innit? Well, that was a nice little trip down memory lane. No, BBC Three.
3BCB. Do you remember the launch of BBC Three?
3 BBC bean salad.
Yeah, that's the one. I remember watching the launch of BBC Three.
I don't. I remember watching like a lot of premieres to different shows on there.
Because they had like, do you remember they had the logo with all like the slugs on it?
I remember those days, yeah, because they had those logos.
That was their first one, and I think their very first ident was an extended version of the slug singing "3 is the magic number."
Oh, okay.
Not old enough to remember the launch of Channel 5 or 4 was before we were born, I think. Channel 5 was in our lifetimes, though.
Oh, okay.
We're just too young.
Care,
yeah, no more care, yeah.
Too busy sticking peas and Lego up our noses.
Yeah. Well, you got to use the Lego.
Quite Lego. I did stick a pea up my nose once.
See, I never liked peas, so I must have known they were dangerous. Yeah, you get the pea up there, and you're like, oh, I've got to get this pea out with something.
Peas.
Pardon?
No peas. You say no peas to peas.
No peas, yes. Don't ever get your peas and pank poo.
Peas and pank poo.
Yeah, well, you got to use the Lego to get the pea out your nose, is what I was getting at, and then that gets stuck up there.
Okay.
I guess you have to use a bit of Duplo to get the Lego out.
I was gonna say, if you've got a bit of Lego stuck up there, you've got to use the Lego disconnector.
Oh yeah, the brick separator.
Yeah, stick that up there, and it just magically clicks together, and you can pull the piece out.
Undoes all damage on the way out.
Mm.
Brick separators are great. I've got about 15 of them, I think. You get them with bigger sets all the time now. They used to be really rare. Oh, they're dime a dozen, as the Americans. We are in America. I was listening to the episode where we were in America for the first time the other day. I was thinking I ought to make like how I did a Christian Cinematic Universe omnibus. I might make a Justice omnibus. There's the Killdozer, America, and Consensual Veganism are the three that are in there at the moment. You might have that to look forward to out in the wider world.
One day. One of these days.
Cool. Well, I have nothing else to talk about or say.
No, I don't.
I guess we'll just do a quick, like, the usual channel roundup.
Yeah.
So
mine's under construction at the moment.
You go first.
Oh, okay. Mine's under construction at the moment. TS reactions still.
Yes.
But that may change in the future. We've talked about this.
I forgot to actually look at your channel after you mentioned that yesterday.
Nothing special. I've just added a few bits to the logo.
Oh yeah. Under construction. Phase 1 of the very swift and unnoticeable rebranding.
Well, I want it to be noticeable though, because I know that like a load of people won't necessarily watch certain videos. So if I just carry on mentioning it over the next couple of months until the point, well, it won't even. I think it's going to be maybe a month or two, and then I'll change it. We're just going to get a couple of streams out, a couple of little bits. I've mentioned it in a few recordings,
so
and then
then even if someone only watches one of your series or something, they should have seen it. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and then I'll even, with the few streams we do, I'll make a couple of best of videos of those streams.
Yeah.
To go in between as well, so that if people don't watch the streams, they kind of get the idea through little clips or whatever. And
latest episode up on there is Angel Series 1. Episode 2 reaction. Lonely Hearts.
Yeah, videos over the next like month or two will be a little bit more spaced out, obviously, because we're working all the kinks, as it were.
It'll be a little more spaced out than usual because this new stuff my dealer's got me is way stronger than it used to be.
Well, yeah. But I can give spoilers as to what the next one will be. It won't be up for a few days, but it'll be the next Star Trek episode.
Star Trek episode 12, I believe that would be. Looking at the Shan, is that one of the ones that we did recently?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, yes, it is actually. Because we've kind of caught up on the Star Treks. We might need to do a little binge again one day.
Yeah, binge.
Yeah.
On my side then, not an awful lot extra. We haven't done Civ this week. We did Stardew. I'm about halfway through editing that. Because I've been quite fortunate the last few weeks. It's not been too busy at work, so I've just been able to kind of cheat a bit and edit during the day. Hasn't happened this week at all. Quite the opposite. But yeah, I managed to get a bit done this evening. So I'm hoping to
Pokemon to look forward to soon.
Pokemon, but I'm deliberately kind of adding that to the queue. So because as I move out of the main storyline, I'll start actually editing those like the other ones as well.
I get
it. So we streamed Pokemon yesterday. That'll be up after Stardew at some point.
Rather than just uploading it as a VOD, you'll edit. Okay.
Yeah. Blum. Yeah, once we're in the story though, it'll pretty like the one we just did. I'll keep most of it in still.
Yeah, and probably the next one or two just until.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because we've still got Area Zero. That's basically
Area Zero.
Spoilers. The only bit of main story that's left apart from the legendary spike collecting.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't say that's any kind of story. That's just going around collecting them and then Legendary.
Legend, wait for it,
Ooh. And then I think there's like a repeatable tournament you can do in school where
Alright.
you get to face like just different people. I've only did it once. I don't know if it swaps up.
Okay.
But like you get to fight some of the teachers you haven't been able to fight before and stuff.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, then hopefully we'll play Civ again this coming week.
Yes.
So we'll see that. I'm busy Tuesday, so we might not have Stardew this week. I forgot to. I need to put that in the chat, but there we are.
Oh no.
No. That's all what's going around in
Oh,
the Chantos. There's Invisible Tower. I raged quite the last EU4 campaign, and I'll get back on that. Less said about that, the better. It's annoying me. But that's all from us for now.
And Misty Trees is kind of lost in the mist for the moment.
Misty Trees is lost in the mist. When we do get back to that at some point,
you've got to just let me know when you are up for doing it. Really.
But what when I am ready to do it, what I think what we'll do is, just as a bit of behind the scenes action for you guys at home, is we'll I think if we just like stream with breaks and everything, but stream for like a solid few hours or whatever, and then I'll just edit it sort of when I can, and then we'll just do it as and when, rather than I don't want to kind of commit to a regular thing with that, because I don't have enough time to edit what I've got at the moment, so don't want to add someone else on top of it. So there we go.
Where we go.
That's all. We got no other listener questions.
No,
none at all. So we will leave it there.
Still trying to think of anything that could possibly be to wrap up, or biscuits, but
well, it's episode 256. So on Twitch, I've labeled this. I've labeled this as the powers of 2 special, because it's 2 to the power of let's see, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. 2 to the power of 8.
Okay, well, I guess it's lucky that there was only 2 of us today then.
Exactly, and each of us has a power of 4, which multiplied together is a power of 8. Hence, we are in Inaudible episode number 256. 2 to the power of 8.
There we go. Fantastic.
Thanks.
Is that sequel to the power of 3?
Yeah. It's instead of cubes, it's like octopuses.
Ooh. What's the like? Oh, okay.
Oh, what was the what? Sorry, I can play it again if we've got more to talk about. It's faded out.
No, it wasn't that interesting, to be fair. It would have probably been funnier if we'd have just ended there.
Oh, okay.
But I was on about the round balls, but it's got like eight sides. Shapes with 8 sides.
Octagons.
There we go.
Octopuses. Each octagon is actually an octopus in like defense configuration.
It's Digimon Adventure 01's final villain, where he has the big ball and it shoots out all the tentacles. Who is he? Armageddon-mon?
Apocalypse-mon.
Apocalypse-mon, that's it.
The power of 8. Bye.